Hi folks, welcome to Boxing Racing. I am your star in VR, the growing concerned Colin Byrne, donning the new device in white, the Quest 2. Did a reveal video there the other day. Sure, we'll switch over cameras here. Did a reveal video there the other day where we had a look at the Quest 2, did an unboxing. Didn't really get it out onto the track too much. I got it out there last night, just had a little kind of play around, just a little bit. But didn't actually really get too much chance. So we're kind of going live with it tonight on the track for the first time and see how we end up doing. Oh, I can hear a little bit of my own voice coming back at me. So let me just make sure I turn that down. There we go. Okay, cool. So I just had myself up on one of these websites to make sure my stream was actually working. So had some good luck in the last few streams there, doing pretty well, and we climbed up into the top split in the last stream last weekend. Let's have a quick look at the iRating board. I need to get out and get some practice in here. What happened is we've been climbing, and we had a really steep kind of climb all the way up to, I think it was 19 something. I can't remember the exact number. We're sitting at 1870 right now. I had a 19th place midweek. This VIR track has been really difficult. Been having a tough time practicing for it, but essentially what happened was I wiped out on the first corner, and then I came around to the final corner, and I was battling for 12th place, and some guy wiped out three of us, took out a car, then came back on with a really bad entry and smacked into one person and came across the road and smacked into me. So it was a bit of comedy of errors, and probably only possible late night in I think it was 3 splits at the time. So probably looking at some pretty low participation for this track. I don't know if everybody's really enjoying it. But yeah, thanks very much for joining along tonight. Looking forward to some fun racing. This is a really tough track if you haven't watched it. Hey, yeah, pal, how's it going there? Good morning to you. As you can see, I got the Quest rocking on the head there. Just hopefully all the chat works. I was having some technical issues. I came on a few minutes late there. Just I couldn't get the YouTube chat in here. So remember, you can join us via YouTube or Facebook or Twitch, and all the chat will appear on screen. But just remember that you may not be seeing chat in your local browser because people might be on different platforms that are interacting with the stream. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it so far. Tonight's gonna be the big test anyway, so I liked it. Unboxing it, played some games, not attached to the computer, so I think tonight's probably a good test of it. And I know graphically this track was making my computer struggle a little bit, so it'll be a really good test for this tonight, specifically coming around the tree, coming back after we go all the way out. So yeah, we'll see how it goes here anyways. But first impressions was I put it on and it was like game changing how clear it was. Do I expect Facebook to stop supporting the Rift S? Well, officially they've stopped supporting the DK2 and have for a long time, and I can still plug it in and use it. So I don't think I'd be too worried about that. I guess the whole idea is the Rift platform and PC VR in general, like if Facebook's getting out of that. But who's to say they're not going to release like a newer Rift next year anyways, right? So I wouldn't be too concerned about that in the near future or medium term anyways. So let me get jump into full screen game. Let's get some practice in. I got very little time actually, but hopefully we do. So yeah, John, thanks very much for joining. Pat, thanks very much for joining. So hopefully we'll have some fun tonight. This is quite a track anyways, this Grand West. I don't know if either of you guys have had a look at this layout yet. Let me get the headset on, tighten it up at the back here. Get into the car. Yeah, so overall first impression. So
lane speed limit is 72 kilometers per hour.
Sorry, that was really loud in my ear there. So people are disappointed in the way that it is a LCD rather than an OLED. So the blacks aren't as true as they are on the OLED. But I tell you, and a lot of people have said this, the colors seem to pop way more, and it does seem like the colors are a lot more vibrant, and I don't know why that is, because OLEDs are meant to be way better, but they're saying that they don't have the pixel density, and they don't have the or not affordable anyways to have the pixel density, and I don't know, just everything looks better so far in this. Maybe if I was to play like a really dark game like the Vader games or something, maybe I would notice that the blacks are more gray. But overall, everything looks pretty awesome. And the main thing that I really notice, like Yeah, it's a tricky track, all right. Yeah, yeah. People complain about stuff they never noticed. Yeah. One of the downsides, I think, is the fact that it has 3 settings for the IPD, which I think a lot of people are blowing way out of proportion. But I did find one downside to it, that there's 3 settings, and it depends on what setting you are. And if you're on the 3rd setting, which is the widest, you can see a little bit of the edge of the screen, like in your peripheral vision on the Quest. But I think when you pull the device physically further away from your face, it goes away pretty quick. So I think with the thicker kind of aftermarket padding, it would hold it just slightly away. So I guess there's slightly less FOV on the 3rd click, let's just say. Is it better than Virtual Boy camping? Oh yeah, man. Well, Virtual Boy camping's pretty awesome. I never had so many people try to buy my Virtual Boy off me than to bring it camping with me once. Especially when you got a portage. Actually, I don't think that camping trip was a portage. I think that was the Irishman's Dream, that spot, was it? So this section here is particularly tricky for me, I find, as I totally wipe out. I may even just go down to 2nd there each time. You're kind of told not to, but it prevents that from happening for me. I haven't heard Jim yet, so maybe I need to adjust something there. Yeah, Quest 2 is one connection to the PC, so it's just like a USB-C connection at the Quest end, and then whatever connection, like if you have a USB-C connection at your computer, you can use that, or you need a cable that has an A adapter on it. USB-A being like the normal looking connector. But so far, I'm really happy with the Quest 2. Like notably, like when I'm looking through, I can see a lot more detail on the wheels of the car, the sheen off the car itself, and just the colors just seem so much more. Wow, I'm doing more talking than driving here. But the colors themselves just seem so much more vibrant. I don't think I could go back. No screen door. No, zero. Like, maybe if you really, really look hard enough, you can see a bit of screen door effect. But essentially, like, I don't know, I'd say probably like the CV1. If the CV1 was like 60% screen door effect and the Oculus Quest 1 was 80, like if it was 60 then 80, I'd say this is like 96, percent gone. The worst being the DK2, of course. So hopefully I can just settle in and get comfortable and forget I'm wearing it, and just start driving this track kind of like I know how. Yeah, and I'm not doing that at all. Well, hopefully I'll have it down for all those voices in the CV1 gone. What do you mean the voices? Did they get rid of the voices? Like the voices in your head? Like the fact that you're not actually here talking to me and I'm just like imagining this is all happening. Okay, so I definitely didn't hear Jim, that's for sure. So so there is an issue there. So let me sort that out. One thing I'm going to have to get used to is kind of dialing it back every time I put it up on my head. It does sit nicer on my head as well, so that's one thing I do like about it, and it doesn't feel like my forehead is going to actually touch the lenses because you can kind of keep it as tight as you need it to push it up. So that's a thing for you if you're kind of playing games, I guess like racing, where you're kind of coming out of VR and making adjustments and going back in. That's kind of one bonus as well. Not that that would be a selling point for a VR headset or anything, but oh, I see there's a big crew chief update. Let's just skip that for now.
Radio check.
Okay. That's one thing as well, like I do put a screen up there, and when I lift it off, the screen goes blank, which wasn't happening with the Quest 1.
Pit lane speed limit is
I guess
72
it's like a
kilometers per hour.
energy saving technique, and then the virtual screen I have up so I can see your chat like flies up, kind of cool.
Exit's clear, don't cross the white line.
Do GPUs have USB ports? Yeah, there is some GPUs, or the modern ones have this like virtual link port, which I think is meant to be the best, and it's like a USB-C direct out of the GPU. I don't know if there's any actual improvement for the Quest for it, but the official Oculus cable is USB-C to USB-C. So one of the issues I think could be you'd spend a fortune on this like fiber optic cable, which is like, I don't know, $100 Canadian or like 80 euro, and then you're using some crappy like adapter that's killing your bandwidth to connect it to your computer. So if that's the case, what I have is a 30 euro like adoption, or a 30 euro kind of like substitute, like just a cheaper cable, and it works fine. Worked fine for the Quest 1, and so far it's working fine for the Quest 2. But sure, we'll find out in time, I guess. I think. Sorry, just in Race Lab here, if I don't hit the lock button, there we go. It doesn't let me move my mouse around the screen. Okay, we'll jump into our race session, and I'll see if I can focus and actually get a reasonable lap down. Okay. This is what I mean. I gotta get into the system here, losing the headset and everything, you know. Took me a while to get comfortable with the whole setup of streaming and having the thing on my head, and what way you kind of adjust everything. So I'm sure I'll find it in time. Tonight's pretty much the first time I'm really sitting down to race with this. Did a few laps on this track earlier in the week. I put an hour into it one night, and then I put another hour into it another. I think the fastest I got down to was a 158 or a 157, which is not really good enough. So any reason why I didn't get a Rift S? Yeah, I mean they're going to be obsolete, right? I had such good luck with the Quest 1 and the Quest 2. Reason why I like the Quest so much is because my rig, well, it's not really a rig, it's my wheel and my setup, and my computer is up here in this tiny little room, but I have space to play other VR games in my living room, and I can connect to the computer wirelessly because I have a 5G router. So I can connect to it wirelessly and play like Half-Life Alyx and whatever and all that kind of stuff in my living room. So if you're the type of person that has like a dedicated rig set up in a space where it wouldn't be ideal to play other types of VR games, you can still play your VR games in another room away from your rig that's more suitable for kind of like open space VR. So there's that, right? And if you do get a VR, there's loads of games, free games that you can download on sideloading. So you just have to turn your device into an developer mode, and once it's in developer mode, you can install SideQuest on your machine, and then you can start running kind of test demo games, or there's a lot of free games. There's a Pavlov as well that's free on SideQuest. There's quite a few, so there's lots of options there anyways, you know. Yeah, so it's pretty cool anyway. So looking forward to doing more with this Quest. And we're just about time for qualification here. So let's kill the music here. Are you considering, John? Are you considering going for a Quest yourself? Quest 2. I must say, like, it's the first piece of
Pit lane
technology
speed limit is
that I
72
ever owned,
kilometers
the
per
Quest
hour.
1,
All clear on pit
where
exit.
it just
Push
kept...
now. All right, Colin.
Oh, you got
Got
one. Oh,
2
nice.
laps to get the job done.
The Quest 1 just kept surprising me. Every time, like, I just couldn't believe the types of updates that they were coming out for it. Like, I couldn't believe that they made it so that you can connect it to your computer. When I bought it, that wasn't even, like, something that was a known thing that was going to happen. So when it did, it actually got me back into sim racing. Like, I wouldn't be sim racing unless the Quest 1 connected to a computer. So, not that I feel like I owe it to the brand or whatever. Like, I bought pretty, like, all Oculus equipment. But, everything I've bought is kind of suited my needs so far, and they're kind of the more affordable options. Like, I don't have
The track temps
€1,000 to buy a Valve
93
Index,
Celsius.
but I did have €300 to buy this, and they haven't disappointed yet. I've been really impressed with everything I've bought so far, and the Quest 1 just exceeded my expectations in every way. And my expectations of the original Quest were, like, firmly grounded in the fact that I knew it was a mobile processor, so my expectations were a lot lower. I don't know how people can say they don't like the games or they don't think they're good enough. I mean, knowing that it's a mobile processor and seeing what it's doing, it's just incredible, you know? So the Quest 2, just kind of adding to that and making it better. Sure, how could I say no? Alright, this is the trickiest section of the track here. Yeah, they definitely sell it at a loss. There's no way they're making a profit off this. They're really trying to establish their app store more than anything else, right? And I think that was the model set by Apple, right? With the iPhone, was the real money well, obviously Apple makes money off their devices too, but the real money is in the App Store, right? So I'm going to drop to second here this time. So I don't know where we're going to end up in splits, or whether there's going to be a lot of splits. We could potentially be in the top split, but the split could be quite not the usual kind of top split, just because participation seems to be a lot lower on the track this week. But maybe at this time in the evening it'll be a little better. Okay, that was a little better of a lap. So we are car number 8, so may or may not be top split, I'm not sure. So looking between the 3 and the 2 here. Really have to go easy on the first few times around this track. The car just does not turn the way it will after about lap 3. Sharon, thanks very much for the like. You're very welcome. We are at Virginia Grand West here. Very difficult track. Probably the most difficult track, maybe aside from Nordschleife, that I've played in the Skippies. I'm really surprised they chose this configuration, actually. Don't really want to be lifting through that section, but I'm just, number one, not doing it 100% right now, and maybe the first lap I can afford to just lift a little bit just to get through and get a time. There'll probably be a lot of people not getting times, or at least there was closer to the beginning of the week. Have you tried the tried the Quest then yet, John? What have you done with it so far? 30 minutes go. Oh yeah, nice. So you got lots ahead of you. Yeah, one of the coolest things on it, I think, is the pass-through as well. You'll probably like that coming from a CV1. Being able to see through the cameras, like when you go out of your virtual play space, is pretty remarkable. It was one of the things that blew me away about the original Quest. It seems to be just as good, if not smoother, on this version. Vera, thanks for the like. You're very welcome to Boxroom Racing.
P5. That lap time was 2:59.43.
Okay, I can't see P5 sticking at that time. So dropping down to third here. Down into second here. Take this corner as tight as you can. It doesn't really work too well in the first few laps. And then flooring it all the way through this section. Need to just keep the foot to the floor all the way through here. Okay, so far as our time's improved. Messed that up.
Mind these track limits, please, Colin.
Okay, so let's just use this as practice then. Do you notice any difference, John, on the stream at all? Like from the, I guess it's not really an output of the Quest, but everything looks the same anyways from the viewer's standpoint, does it?
That's the end of the session. P8.
Well, I guess you don't get a full second lap anyways. Depending on how far you start. So P8, okay, not too bad. And we're gridding up right away, so we won't bother with music here. Let's have a look at the list of people on here. I'd safely say we're not top split because I don't see some of the other streamers online that I know are online right now. And let's see some of the... yeah, there must be a higher split anyways. 2K is the top, so there would be a few people up in the 3.5 and whatnot. So I guess we're second from top. Yeah, long lap times. 2:54 is kind of like what the really good drivers are doing here. Yeah, and there'll be a big spread. And there'll probably be chaos in the first lap here. So I think what I need to do, what happened to me last time was I spun on the first lap, and I need to just not do that here. I need to make sure that I get through. Even if I fall to the back, I just need to keep the car on the track and keep it going and stay on the lead lap. That's really important here. So 53 seconds left to go. Starting behind number 18, Randy Hugh, and I think this is the one I called him Ho last time, John. And we're behind number 12, Simon.
Good luck.
Or behind us is number 12, Simon Wareham.
Thank you. Cool.
Good luck, guys. Okay, so 26 seconds left. And here we go. This should be interesting anyways. A lot of fun, this track, but yeah, very, very difficult. So 8 laps, I think, in total.
8 laps. The track temp is 32 Celsius.
John is confirmed there, or Jim.
Get ready, mate. Green, green, green.
Okay, here we go. Green. So what happened to me last time was corner number 2, I kind of got in side by side with somebody, which is not really what I want to happen.
All right. Hold your line. Right side's clear. Right side. Hold your line. Clear right.
So let's see if we can get in single file here. This corner is very dangerous off the beginning.
Okay, Colin, decent start.
Okay, here we
You
go.
can build something from here.
And this section can be really dangerous because it's flat out high speed with no lifting, but people will lift because it's the first lap. There's not a lot of grip. I'm just lifting. Keep this car on the track. See, somebody went off there at the back. Somebody here.
Left side. Still there. Clear left.
Down to
Car
first.
Left. Clear left.
Okay, it wasn't us he was talking about anyways. Okay, so we're out cleanly anyways. We're in the race. Let's try and get these tires warmed up. Nice early braking on this section. It's easy to lose it there. That's another spot that's you brake a lot later there. Later in the race. This is a really blind corner here. Helps when you have somebody in front of you to see it. Almost lost it there. I have to be careful how much braking this guy does here. Left me the room there after the mistake. Fair play to him.
Still there. Clear right.
Oh, and there was contact there apparently. He must have turned into me. I don't know why he would leave.
That was my bad.
Okay. I was going to say, I don't know why he would leave me the room and then turn into me. It must have just been an error. Professor Squiggles. Who's Professor Squiggles? Alright, we see a lot of blue grayed out cars there in the pits. So this for me still is going to be about survival and not lap times here. This lap, I need to just keep reminding myself that. Now, flooring it all the way through here. That corner right there becomes really easy as the race goes on, the tires warm up, but early on you really have to get your line right and open up that corner, otherwise your car slides to the outside, and you kind of forget about that when you're coming back onto cold tires after a race. So I just have to keep that in mind tonight. Okay, so far so good. Alright. Doing alright. I have a lot of fear for this track this week. For good reason. Yeah, there should be a super hot demo on the Quest there, John. Well, at least there was with the Quest 1.
Invited passing on the inside there. Why did you hit me in the back?
Super Hot is a really cool game if you've ever played it. Really good on the Quest as well, with no cable. You'll find yourself kind of like rolling around on the floor, avoiding things, hiding behind stuff. Hiding behind tables and boxes. And then my first experience, the first thing I did was I bought a new game for the Quest 2. So I, there's a dancer. Ah, Mr. Moose. Welcome, welcome. I've been focusing here. I haven't been looking up. Only 8 laps, how much could happen? Yeah.
0.01.
Rhythm is a dancer. Serious as cancer. This is Friday night party time, lads. Okay, we're still within striking distance of these ahead, so not that I'm going to be pushing it, but I can start driving this track the way I want to. Well, maybe not.
Okay, Colin, we've gone out of track limits. Keep it between the lines.
I should be able to start driving it a little bit more the way I want to now that the tires will be getting up to temp. Maybe I was a little too early with that. See if we can make up some distance on them. We got 3rd place, kind of within distance here. I'm glad if Mike Moose is around on YouTube, then it was worth my earlier efforts. Ooh, I almost lost it there. Of making sure the YouTube chat worked because it wasn't working.
Gap to Marshall in front is now.
Did that quite
3.9
poorly there.
seconds.
There's a real frames per second drop just coming around that tree for me, so I don't know what it is there that causes that. But it's like the only spot on the track. Yeah, podium's not out of the question. That's right. I'd love to just bring it home without incident, though. That's my #1 priority, just for the first race of the night. So 3.8 behind James, so let's measure that. Some sections of the track I know quite well, just from the other layout. And then some I'm just trying to not crash the car on.
254.60.
Animated branches, maybe. It seems to be after the tree, John, like right when it comes back out into the open. So maybe it is just delayed kind of reaction from the tree. I hear that tree's not there anymore in real life. People are kind of saying that this week in a few other streams. If that's the case, it'd be great if they got rid of it then. For the realism and for my FPS on my crappy PC. Really do the best to that section there. 3.5. I was making up a bit of time on him. Been gone for a while, yeah. I've never actually seen a race like in real life, or I don't remember one anyways, like on TV, like a real life race from this track. I only know it from this game. Alright, very smooth through that section there. Really improved. A virtual arborist, yeah. That'd be nice. They're called game programmers. And I'm sure they do have them. Remember they did the grass there in a recent update, or maybe it's not so recent anymore?
Marshall ahead is now 3.1.
The guy that worked in the grass, maybe he can start cutting down the trees. Kind of missed that corner there a little bit. I think I need to find the halfway point. I've been turning in a little too early for it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Bit wild through there. Okay, staying in fourth through that whole section there now. Have I noticed the grass update? To be honest, I probably have the graphics set low enough that it doesn't affect me, or maybe it's just VR, you wouldn't notice things like that, you know?
Just done a 257.03.
Maybe if I had things maxed out, I'd probably see it. That's a much better way of doing that corner. It always feels too slow, but you get such a much better exit. And it should be all about the exits, right? So 3.3, I lost some of the time I gained there on James. He's quicker through there than me. Yeah, I didn't do that too well there. Yeah, I must say I'm really missing the aftermarket foam that I have in the Quest 1 in this. You can't just transfer it over because it's a different shape visor. It's kind of like the glasses insert that goes in. I was looking online, there's different companies that have them for about €20, so probably about 30 bucks, John. Definitely a must. Especially the Quest being a portable thing, if you're ever going to lend it to anybody, or if you bring it around to, I don't know, show your family or something. It's more hygienic than foam that people can sweat into if they're playing Beat Saber or something, which I don't know if is going to be a huge thing for you, but at least for me anyways, the kind of leather on the face was a much nicer feeling than this kind of like, this seems to me more of a like styrofoam-y kind of feel, not styrofoam, but more of like a foam you'd have on the inside of like a mattress or inside a couch cushion or something. Doesn't feel like a finished foam that you'd want really touching your skin, you know? In the original Quest, the foam was nice, but then after a while it kind of started getting abrasive, I felt. So that's why I kind of switched it out for like an aftermarket one, and man, it was a huge, huge difference.
That's a new fastest lap for Ramirez, 253.94.
Gotta drive family. Yeah, well, you strap one of these things to your face and start jumping around, and and things start to get moist pretty quick, you know? Even the driest of families, you know? Alright, here we go on lap 6 of 8. So now to figure out what I'm going to do with the Quest 1. Lose weight when you exfoliate. Kind of like shedding a skin, layer of skin. Very snake-like, John. How reptilious of you. Okay, I think I'm hit or miss in that section anyways. I think that was a better way through there. Yeah, I'm noticing things inside the car that I didn't notice before. The little washers on the screws. The little it's probably a bad time to look down now coming into this corner. But there's a little bit of stitching at the bottom of the steering wheel. I'm sure there are things that I would have seen on the Quest 1, and maybe it's because I just have a new headset and I'm looking for new things. But I'm just noticing these things now, whereas I didn't notice them before. And they're very clear anyways, you know. Probably what I should do is get the Quest 1 and the Quest 2 and just kind of like try them on one after the other right away so I can just see the exact differences. The difference for you though, John, is going to be like night and day coming from the CV1. I didn't upgrade to the CV1 probably for similar reasons that you didn't go to the Rift S, that it just wasn't that big enough of an upgrade over the DK2. Because initially the CV1 came out with no hand controllers, so there was nothing really that was kind of making it better than the DK2, aside from the resolution was slightly better. But not good enough to make me spend hundreds of euro. Yeah, no handies. Yeah, handies are cool though, man. So now you can throw some things up in VR if you want. You can throw a screen up the clock, time on it or something, or whatever you want. You can use that virtual desktop within Oculus to throw a computer screen in your view. The hand jobs, yeah. And I did for the Quest 1 as well. I had aftermarket kind of like grips for the hand controllers. So at the moment, what they come default with is like little tethers that would be very similar to like the Nintendo Wii, which kind of only like stop you from throwing it at your television and breaking your screen. But the ones that I had were kind of like, I guess, imitated the valve index controllers. What do you call those ones? I forget, the knuckle controllers, where it has a strap that goes around the back of your hand, so you can actually let go of the controller without it falling out of your hand or flying out of your hand. Losing time on this guy here, but comfortably ahead of Igor in fifth or fourth, sixth. What? Some place. He's in some place behind me. How well do my ears go over the strap? I only put it on just in that unboxing video. Did you watch the unboxing video? I put one up on YouTube and on Facebook. I only played it for a short time. Like, that's the only time that I've had the original strap on it. But the Elite strap here, it doesn't interfere at all. It sits off your head, so doesn't touch your ears in any way.
New fastest lap for Ramirez, 2:53.51.
And for the setup that I have here, built-in sound for the PC is not something that I want anyways, because I have a mixing desk on the desk where I'm taking in sounds from the streaming computer as well, so I can hear when people like and follow on the stream. By the way, please make sure you like and follow the stream on whatever platform you're on. Yeah, so I use the headphones plugged into the audio desk, so having any sort of using the inner ear sound would only be for playing away from the PC. Yeah, they sit perfect. The one thing that I noticed over the Quest 1 is because the Quest 1 was kind of like maybe like a softer rubber that sat closer to my head, I've had to just make these headphones a little bit looser than the previous ones, than over the previous headset, because it does sit up against the headset. So the top of these headphones are touching kind of, the top of the headphones are touching it, so I just had to pull it over and around, but it doesn't interfere in any kind of way whatsoever. That's the only thing I noticed.
The gap to Marshall ahead is now 4.8.
Alright, feeling a lot more comfortable through that section there. So we got the white flag on the last lap here. Doesn't look like we're catching this guy in front of us. We're pulling back a little bit of time on him. Yeah, over-ear headphones for me, John, I use them in certain circumstances with the Quest. Oftentimes when I'm using the Quest, I don't like the over-ear headphones. I actually like the built-in ones, because I like to be able to hear everything that's going on around me. Like having kids and having them in bed and whatever, completely eliminating myself from the environment sometimes is not what I'm after. Or if I'm just playing a quick game or something, I don't want to totally immerse myself. You know, like if you're just kind of, I don't know if you ever play games just to kill 20 minutes here or there, and it's not really worth like the setup involved in like grabbing headphones and totally immersing yourself. So sometimes I do want that though, like if I'm playing, I don't know, Beat Saber, and I'm like really serious about my score and I want to improve and whatever and just get into the vibe, I'll throw on the over-ear headphones as well, and I'll really try and hit it hard for about an hour. I know a lot of people like have been complaining about the battery time being 2 hours, but I mean, if you're playing like some of these games that are, well, first of all, if you're plugged into the PC, you're not limited to that. I think it does drain slowly if you have particular types of cables or whatever type of port you're plugged into your PC on, but it's so slow it's negligible. But for me, like if I'm hitting it hard in the living room and I'm playing like a game where I'm standing, I don't want to stand for more than 2 hours. Like 2 hours is good battery time for me. For what it does, I mean, it's pretty tremendous, I think. Alright, P5.
P5, there's the finish. Good drive.
Doesn't quite make up for the horribleness of my last race, but sure, it gets us some of the way there, right? How do you charge the battery if it's always draining? Well, if it's in the PC, it'll be charging if it's not, if the PC's on. You can also, if you have a long enough cable, you could plug it in and have it charging while you're using it as well. So there is that option of tethering it and playing. But when it's plugged into the PC, and if the PC is not feeding it enough power, it'll either give it just enough power to keep it going without draining the battery, or the battery will drain very slowly, like 5% an hour or 3% an hour or something. But it probably depends on the output of the PC that you're using as well.
That was exciting.
Cool. So, well, we go back and have a look at the first lap there. Let's kick on a bit of music here. Yeah, cheers, Pat. Wasn't sure if you were still there or not. Yeah, not too bad. It's a tough old track, eh?
Thank you.
So yeah, I hope you're getting all the info here on the Quest, Pat. And because John's picked one up as well, I'm sure he'll be a fountain of information for us going forward as well on his experiences with it. So we'll have a look, and we'll have a look at the incident as well. Chase. Yeah, and you can plug it into an adapter and charge it from the wall power. The only thing that's a bit of a rip, I guess it's not a rip because there was a €100 difference in the price between this and the Quest 1, is the Quest 1 had a rather long charging cable. It was actually quite generous, the charging cable they gave you, and then the Quest 2 has probably what you would think. It's like, I don't know, a meter, whereas I think it's like a 3-meter cable for the Quest 1. So I don't think they recommend that you do it because I guess you could like pull the cable or have any sort of incident happen like that. Or it can heat as it's charging or whatever, but I don't know. I've never had any issue. Like I've had an Oculus Go, I've had an Oculus Quest 1, and now I've had the Quest 2. And I have yet to charge the Quest 2 while I'm playing it, but I charged the Go and I charged the Quest 1, I mean for years, right? And I loved it, you know, so yeah, I just have a look at your IPD, Pat, what you're currently using, and maybe just double check on the Quest 2. The third IPD slot does have a reduced FOV, so if that's a deal breaker for you, like, and what I mean by a reduced FOV is there's a screen. I don't know if you can see my hands where they are, but there's a screen inside the Quest. And when and it has 2 images on it, like it's one solid screen all the way across, and it has 2 images on it, and when you click the lenses outwards, the image on the screen moves with the lens, and then it moves again for the third click. And on the third click, when I put it into the third click, I can actually see like a straight line on the side of the circle of the FOV, so you lose like a little fraction, which is a little bit annoying to me. But like I was saying before, if you pull the mask away, it does shrink your FOV and you lose that kind of being able to see the inside of the screen. So it might be something you'd want to try first, or if you can live with it. I mean, I could live with it over the Quest 1 because the clarity is just so much better, right? I notice as well, like I don't like I have the anti-aliasing pretty low on my setup because my computer's not great, and it struggles with the anti-aliasing. So I have it set pretty low. This is where I thought this guy would have let me go here. Oh, it was a bit of netcode or something. Didn't look like he really came that close to touching me. But yeah, so I don't notice as many issues with the anti-aliasing being low. Like I don't see as many jaggy lines, and I guess that's just because there's more pixels, right? The software doesn't have to round out pixels for you or images because there's more pixels to display the actual image. Now I still see some jaggy lines, but not like that car up in the distance. I can see, you know, a bit of jags on it, but before I would have seen it on my own car right in front of me there. Yeah, that's probably a perfect comparison, Pat. And yeah, because John is going to be going from he's going to be going from the CV1, which is going to be a huge jump. So I think John, you're going to put on the headset and you're going to be like, oh shit, whoa, you know. Did we quit? Yes, let's quit this race. Let's sign up for the next one. Oh, that's right. I was messing around the other night with the stream, and I accidentally set it so when I go from here to here, we have this this effect happening, which I might need to change because I know it does eat up resources. So hopefully it doesn't kill my stream. It eats up CPU. So that's actually one of the reasons why I dropped it in the first place. So yeah, the RTX 3000 series. Oh, it doesn't have a Virtua Link USB-C. Yeah. I wouldn't worry about it too much, to be honest. I just look at getting a cheap, like, long cable, like on Amazon. Yeah, they've abandoned it. It might become a thing again now, though, with this headset, because the thing about it for me was I had the DK2 for a long time and I really loved it, but it became quite apparent that with the DK2, and I'm sure it's the same with the CV1, if you have to, like, put it away and take it out, you probably won't be bothered doing that a lot, because you have to set up like a sensor to pick up the actual device. You have to plug in multiple ports. Is it like a display port and a USB and then you have to connect the sensor in by USB as well? Like, I mean, it's a bit of messing around, But I mean, literally with the Quest, if you have a case, you can just grab it out of the case and press the on button and stand up and it's going, you know? And then if you're plugging into a computer, you just bang in one USB into the side. It could be sitting in your computer already and just plug it into the side of the device. It just makes it, it makes it so that you use it a lot more, and it definitely increased my, maybe that's not what you guys are into in your life, is increasing your usage of VR, but for me, I really liked VR, but I'm a lazy man, and I needed a way to make it easier. All right, let's have a look at the iRating charts here for the last race. We'll turn the event list off. Sure, let's get my camera off there as well. Okay, so we got plus 51, so we're back up to 1921, so we're doing really well with iRating. The top guy in there, well, I see 2105, 2104, so there was some people in the 2000s, and I won't say that's, I'd say that's second split. Yeah, and it is, and there's 5 splits there at the moment, so a little more participation now than there probably will be a little later on. Let's get that stuff back on so I don't forget. Like last time I forgot actually to turn it back on. Yeah. Oh, and did I actually, yeah, one USB. Oh, last split, or last race was, sorry, let me just hit back the screen. I probably have done that in a way that I didn't have to reveal what I was doing. But yeah, the last race was second split. So, and it looked like the top guys in that split there were in the low 2000s, so just over 2K. So a little bit. We're right near the top split cutoff, and I'd say it's probably, yeah. So there's a lot of decent drivers there in the top split. Okay, so let me register here for the next race. Yeah, one USB bang and your Beat Saber, and or you can just get Beat Saber on the Quest as well. There are games that are cross-buy, so if you're into buying some VR games, I'm due for a class license. Yeah, I'd need to participate in a series that would bump me up. I haven't met any of the minimum requirements in my current class. It was kind of I was moving up through the classes, and then I decided to focus mainly on IR Pat. So I just been driving the Skip Barber, so my class license hasn't increased at all, which is something that I probably will focus on once I'm kind of like happy with the IR. I think if I get it up comfortably to where I could have a few bad nights and still remain in top split, then maybe I can focus on increasing the class and maybe participating in some of the series. I did buy the Lotus 79 to compete in the B. That's only B, isn't it, John? I think so that I could compete in B class with that, and that would get me a promotion. Yeah, B class. Yeah, so that would get me a promotion up to A, and then I could look at some other series then. But sure, every time you move up a class, you're just tempted to spend more money, right? Okay, we're registered for the next session here, so I'm going to go ahead and join the practice for it. Felt like took it pretty easy there in the last race, which I guess is good. We want to just keep increasing that iRating. Probably wasn't the most exciting racing for you guys to watch, but yeah, once you got the tracks, the money is nothing. Yeah, and I'm still increasing my track catalog here, a car here and there. Yeah, I know I was really tempted to buy the LMP2. It looks like such a fun car to drive. Really tempted to buy that one, and I kind of just decided not to. I've just found well, you know, I was between jobs there and I was driving a lot more, so I found like I was getting bored of driving the Skippy, and I was driving around different classes. But now that my time is a little more limited on iRacing, I'm kind of happy sticking with the Skip Barber and just kind of driving away and trying to improve here. But I think it'll be exciting once we get up into this top split permanently, because it seems like we're there, right? We're back down into second split here, and we're just kind of like top 5 without even, well, I mean, without even trying. I mean, we're top 5 with driving safely is probably the best way to put it, because I don't want to make it sound like it's just too easy for me, because it's not. It's certainly not. Yeah, so I'll be interested in hearing your thoughts back, John, on the actual Quest itself. There's a few free game. Actually, there's one really good online esports kind of game that might be worth trying. Is it called Echo Arena? Is that what it's called? Haven't opened the box yet. Oh yeah, cool. So you got that ahead of you. Echo VR. So have a look at Echo VR, or I think it might just be Echo Arena on the Quest. That one is like a multiplayer, like floating. I don't know if you've seen any videos for it, but it's like a multiplayer, like floating in the air, zero gravity kind of like disc game, like a futuristic kind of like disc game where you like float from wall to wall and you like have to throw a disc in the other team's goal and you can like hit people. And I played it when it was in beta. I was in the beta test group and I played it and it was really good. And I haven't actually played it since it came out because this little thing called iRacing came along and took up all my time. So yeah, that happened. Oh, and I can see this update here has come in, so or it's asking me for it again, which it's not actually appeared on the main screen. Okay, we see. Okay, and our this Race Lab is not opening each time. I heard Race Lab, so it is going to be a paid version, Race Lab, but just listening in on some chats about it on a few other streams this week, it looks like it's going to be about €4 a month, which may not be worth it for somebody that's just driving, if you're not really into it. But for me, anyways, streaming, it's probably worth it. I do like putting the data up on screen. I think it makes a difference, like it does for me when I'm watching back the stream. I'd kind of watch back the races maybe afterwards or midweek even, you know, just watch back a race and just see how things went and how things looked, and it does help kind of seeing what was happening and where I was at certain times during the race. So yeah, so I may invest in that. I mean, if it's €4 a month, then that should be fine, you know. So where are we at here? He's put me in the car backwards for some reason. So we got about 10 minutes to go. Let's see who's in the session with us. I can see Ben Evans there. I don't know if that Pitor fella, is that the guy that was given out? Or was that somebody else? The guy, the loudmouth in the other group? Oh yeah, cool. Oh, you can run it on the old PC as well, yeah? Yeah, it probably has, yeah, it'll be an hour of updates. That's what I did the first night, John.
You had to hit.
That's what I did the first night myself. I just kind of like joined a session and just sat in somebody else's car and just looked around. Yeah, that worked for me. Straight away, I was just like, oh yeah.
Speed limit is
all right.
72.
Let's get out here and set a time. So it's 10:07. Next race starts at 10:15. Our next race session. Next race probably doesn't start till about 10:25, 10:24, or something like that. Yeah, get in some cockpits. Yeah, for sure, man. Oh, and that wasn't even close to making that corner. And what kind of card do you have in the old machine, John? Is it going to be enough to push the old Quest? And do you have a cable to connect it? Did you get the Oculus Link one? Okay, and you have USB-C out of the machine as well, yeah? Now remember, USB-C cables can be classed as either USB 3.0 or USB 2.0, and it does work with USB 2.0, but it won't be as good. It obviously doesn't have as much bandwidth to send data. Yeah, So it has to be USB-C 3.0, which not all cables are. Like if they're like charging cables for phones, usually they're 2.0 and they're really just designed for power. So just a heads up on that. When they initially launched Oculus Link, the Oculus Link beta program, USB 2.0 was not supported. So the cable that came with the Quest was not supported when they launched it. That was one thing I actually liked about how they're doing things. Because it would have been really easy for another company to say, like, we're not launching it until we can make it work with the cable that comes with it. Because like, obviously it did, like, create a bit of confusion in the market for people that weren't as, like, tech savvy. But I kind of like the way that they're kind of, like, just sending out things before they're ready and just putting them into beta. So guys like me can actually take advantage of them. And then even though they're a big company, they're like this headset, you can still like sideload, you know, developer games onto it, which is pretty cool, you know. It'd be so easy for them to say no more of this, you know, and then cut it all off, which may happen at some point. It's probably inevitable. It sounds like what they're doing though is they're trying to make SideQuest like an official part of the Oculus store, so developers can like post incomplete games there for you to play for free. Hopefully that doesn't like eliminate particular people from posting stuff or having to have things approved, because the policy on games that appear in the Facebook store or the Oculus App Store apparently is really strict. And there's been a lot of controversy over people trying to get games into the store. Famously, Pavlov is still not in the store. But like, in fairness, Pavlov is a great game, and I played it, and it's like Counter-Strike essentially for VR. But it did feel totally incomplete to me. Like, I went into it and I didn't know what I was doing, and I got into the main menu and I couldn't figure out how to get into the game, and when you do, it was very limited in the way to launch it, and it did feel like it was totally incomplete. So I could almost see why, even though once you're in-game it was awesome, it just, like, the whole menu structure just didn't seem functional to me. And I could almost understand why Facebook was like, well, I don't know if that was the case or that was the reasoning, but I would imagine it was, where it was kind of like, you got some things to fix before you can put this in our store, you know? Because VR games were getting to the point where they were a bit like the Wild West. I like having the DK2 and playing a lot of the developer titles. And most of the initial VR games I played didn't have any menus, and used to have to, the menus weren't functional in VR, so the only way to actually see the menu was to run OBS, and then treat your Oculus device as a separate display and display it back through OBS. So it was kind of, and games were being released like that, as if like, that's the way you just need to do it to deal with VR. So I think Oculus were kind of the Facebook team are probably the first ones to kind of step in and put like a set standard into place. Like, your game has to at least be this good to be sold, or to be sellable, or to be considered complete or finished. Remember, I think one of the first games I ever saw on a Quest, or not on a Quest, on a VR device that had an actual menu that was fully complete was Dirt Rally 1. It had like a little menu. They just took a flat screen and they put it inside a sphere that you start in this little sphere that you can look around in, and there was the flat screen menu in front of you, and that was like the first time I saw an actual menu developed into a VR title.
1 seconds off the pace. That lap was a 2:59.88.
What a gift from the gods that original Dirt Rally game was. It just kind of came from nowhere. It wasn't announced. They just like released it one day and there was no notice of it. It was just incredible. And I bought it at a really reduced race, I guess, at a rate. It was in beta. But man, that I played that game so much, the original Dirt Rally. Did buy the second one and I haven't played it that much.
The leader's just done it.
But man, I really played the hell out of the first one.
Fastest lap for Evans, 2:53.16. You're second off in sector 1.
Hold it.
The track temperature's decreasing. It's now 28 Celsius.
Yeah.
That's the auto flip.
Dang it, man, you get a word of that.
Looks like the USB-C to 3.0 cable will be an issue.
Auto flip.
Well, you can have a USB A, B, or C that's either 2.0, 3.0, or whatever. So you pretty much need a USB-C to USB-A then, or you need an adapter. But I don't know what your Wi-Fi is like. You can also run virtual desktop, but you do have to sideload a patch for it. So you have to buy it in the Oculus Quest store. Don't buy it in the PC store. You have to buy it in the Oculus Quest store, like in the headset, without being plugged into the computer. And then you go put your Quest into developer mode. And then you go into SideQuest. You download SideQuest onto your PC, and then when you connect, it gives you the ability. SideQuest doesn't actually load any software onto your headset. It just gives you the ability to upload like Android apps, essentially, to run on your headset. So it allows you to upload a patch to virtual desktop that lets you play games in VR wirelessly. For me, it doesn't quite look as good. It probably would be. It works better downstairs because my computer is hardwired to my modem, which is downstairs. So upstairs, the signal traveling from downstairs to upstairs wirelessly is the issue. It actually works a lot better when I'm downstairs in my play space. So when I'm actually out and about and doing all those things, it's probably the most Canadian thing I could say, out and about, and doing all those things. It works a lot better. We go to the big game chat, show the room there. Yeah, so it works a lot better there, and I find that I don't get it. Like 5G doesn't travel very far, so when I'm connected to my router downstairs with 2.4, it gets full signal. But 5G up here, I only get half a signal, or maybe even less, maybe a third signal. So for racing, it does kind of start hiccuping a little bit. But if you're right near your router, you probably have no issue. And then the Quest 2 also takes Wi-Fi 6, so you could go buy a Wi-Fi 6 router. But sure, if you're relying on Wi-Fi and you're doing sim racing, you're probably, you're introducing a point of failure, I suppose. Yeah, so hope for some good things in this race. Let me have a quick look into the screen here and see who we got. Yeah, so we're definitely top split here. So we see Ben Evans there. Ben followed the channel there earlier this week, which is kind of cool. So Ben's a pretty popular streamer on Twitch, if you watch him. So yeah, so we're in top split here. Pretty cool. Back in the running. And what do we got here? We got just a few seconds before qualifying. So let's bring down the music. Let's get onto the track, see where we can qualify. And Sammy Bridges as well. Sammy is another channel I subscribed to the other night. Somebody gave me a free subscription to his channel. Joined his channel, Good Times Sammy. Or Sammy Good Times. Yeah, pretty cool. He streams Skippies as well, so I've been watching his channel. Looks pretty cool. So let's get out here, let's get qualifying.
Pit lane speed limit is 72 kilometers per hour. Track's clear. Push, push, push. Okay, Colin, we've got 2 laps to set a decent time.
Sure, of course I almost lost it going into the first corner there. Just bring down all their voices there. I see they're trying to talk. Last thing I want in qualification is somebody talking. Need a cable before testing? Yeah. I'd say just turn it on and give a go on the standalone Quest there, John. Have a play around with the controllers, and there's some good value for games out there as well. The games are cheap enough on it, like, and some of them are quite good. One that I'm definitely going to pick up because I really want to try it when I get everything sorted in 90 hertz here. There is a way of putting the Quest 2 in 90 hertz. There will be a patch out soon that lets it operate in 90 hertz, but as I want to get that Star Wars Squadrons, looks really cool. I'm not really much of a Star Wars guy, but just something to do with like airplane kind of space shooter just looks incredible. So yeah, we're car number 15, so let's aim for top 10 here. I'd say we'll run into a full field of cars here that can actually drive the track, so we'll be in stiffer competition for sure. I watched Ben last night actually get a P2 and then win 3 races in a row. So there'll be no catching him unless he makes a mistake. So yeah, John, there's a few options for the cable. Anchor was the original cable that I had that it went faulty on me, but it's the one that Oculus recommended people to use before the Oculus Link cable was available. So they released Oculus Link Beta before there was an official Oculus cable, and I picked up the Anchor USB 3.0 A to C. So that's an option. Or the one that I'm using here, I can send the link as well. This one is a company I never heard of before. I just kind of took a chance on it, and it's worked out fine. It was €30, and it's 15 feet, 5 meters, is it? 15 feet. Yeah, Anchor's normally pretty good. Just it wasn't a 90-degree bend at the headset, and I think that's where the issue caused. It just eventually like was bending too much or got yanked a couple times. Because it wasn't 90-degree bend. And the 90-degree bend on the Quest 1 was the wrong way. It was like downwards. So it looked like I had like a monocle with a chain on it there for the last couple streams when I got this cable. At least now the USB is the right way, so the cable goes backwards on the headset. Aerodynamically, right? To improve lap times. Did I watch the Bathurst 1000? No. Was that an iRacing event, or was that a real life event, Pat? No, 90 is good, John. 90 is what you want on the USB end, anyways. On the USB-C end. Yeah, you'll have to drop us some information, Pat, on your esports team. Let us know where and when we can watch you drive. Yeah, so the original cable, John, I had was not 90 degrees, and that was the issue. The one I have now has a 90-degree bend, and it's way better. And the cable I have now came with like a little lens protector cover for the Quest, and it's actually pretty good. I use it. Oh, that was close to going off there.
P4.
Ooh, P4, that won't last. So real life, biggest race of the year. Oh, in V8 Supercars, 8-hour race. Was that today or was that this week? Yeah, I have no visibility on that. All I know is Bathurst is the last race this season in the Skippies here. So it'll be a good week to tune in there. Oh yeah, look, I set a 3-minute time. That's pretty bad. Normally I get a 58 or 57, which would get me up a little bit, but looks like a lot of people aren't setting times. I'm sure they will, and we'll just get pushed back as times get set. So, sure, we'll see how it goes. Well, it looks like Ben got just snubbed by Franco there. Yeah, there's a few guys there. Yeah, Bathurst for 8 hours. Yeah, John J. Jonington's a huge fan of Bathurst as well. Yeah, pretty cool track, eh? I have yet to play it in this game yet, so I really don't know what to expect. I'm expecting chaos. So we'll see what happens there. Probably much like driving Sunday 8 a.m. in Oz. Okay, so that's late night here, isn't it?
That's the end of the session. P11.
Yeah, Bathurst solves itself, that's for sure. It just seems so scary. I watch so many. Oh, 2 drivers, yeah. Oh, it sounds awesome.
So the plan in this race is to run from 7 trying to stay away.
The plan for this race is follow 7 win.
Okay, so Bathurst decides. Yeah, it's so narrow up the top, isn't it? I've watched so many races here where
Just realizing I'm in top split, and my first thought was, I wonder if there's an I'm in danger livery for the Skippy.
oh, that's Sammy there as well.
Yeah, there's probably one with a Ben Ebb.
I was in steady first lap, everyone. Evening, Colin.
Evening, James. Best of luck, guys.
Good luck, everyone.
Let's get out there. So in front of us we got, I have no idea how to pronounce that name, Xurde. My apologies to that person. And Sebastian behind us. Number 1 car, so I'd say that number 1 car is probably going to make its way past us pretty quick. 51 seconds left till the off of the race.
What's happened to the paint job, Ben?
Oh, switch views. Yes.
It's all the same as it always is, mate.
Oh.
No, it's not showing up on my screen. It's just showing.
Thanks for the heads up there.
It's a white car.
I haven't actually opened up the Discord yet, Pat. I only just started getting one set up. So I don't actually have it operational yet. Just waiting for a few more regulars potentially on the channel, but I can send out a link, or I might post a link there in the next week or two. Anyways, just get a few channels open and see. Yeah, it'd be awesome if you were to share some information in there
Track
for us.
temp is 34 Celsius. The air temp is 29 Celsius. Okay, Colin,
Here
you
we
ready?
go.
Watch for the lights. Green, let's go, let's go.
Yeah, we're off and running. Skip Barber at VIR Grand West. It's a cool paint job in front of us there with the light blue.
Still there. Still there. He's still there.
Oh, some spiciness. Whoa, 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 whoa.
He's still there. Still there. Clear left. Sweet start, mate. Keep it coming. Car left. Clear left.
I just want to stay on the track. Guy to my inside here. He's dropped back. Good stuff.
Everyone's off on the track, and the one car behind me was like, come on.
I got very difficult. Like I got
I'm just checking the last car on track. I thought it was good. There's always the one.
Alright, somebody all over the back of us here.
Car right.
Let him go.
Clear right. Car right. Clear right. On your right. Clear right. On your right. Right side's clear.
Sebastian put his car into the back of us there.
Evans is now leading.
VIR clock Canada wide.
Car right. He's still there. Right side's clear. Right side. Clear
Oh,
right.
that guy
Car
really
right.
dive bombed there. Holy shit.
Hold your line. Hold your line. Right side's clear. Car right. Still there. Clear right.
We're getting bullied on the track here, I think, lads. I'm just not willing to take the risk. Big difference from the splits, isn't there?
Right side. Still there. Hold your line.
Ah, VIR clock Moose. Are you with us?
Still there. Right side's clear. B12. Yellow flag. Keep your wits about you, mate.
Well, that went well. Sorry, boys.
Getting us all wrong here.
Hold your line.
Question about that?
Clear right.
I think with some of the close driving up there, best plan might be to just hang in here and wait for some freebies.
Unless you call me down and try
If I can keep up.
to stay away. Where is right up? Yeah.
Yeah, it was tough with fair racing. The one fella dive bombing, I guess he made the clean pass.
Good, I'll go give him some damage though.
Dive bombed the two of us coming down the straight. But nobody died, so it worked out, right? That's right.
All right, Colin.
That's probably why
Next
they're in
car
top
is
split.
Ramirez.
Aggressive and on the track. Whoa, he locked it up in front of me. Oh, I took it a bit too early. definitely losing time through that section. You can see the guy behind me has damaged front wing.
Nice, mate, nice.
Okay, there's a freebie for us.
Rear wing gone, James.
Yeah, I threw it down. Stay on the wall for me.
The leader has just done a 255.
Don't know what happened there.
Should be alright for the
Is it a slowdown or both of them went into the pits?
P9. That lap time was 259.22.
Mike Moose told you I have a Corona? Yeah. Mike Moose would. Don't know if he'd recommend Corona though. Maybe in the summertime outside? Maybe a Mickey's wide mouth. Or a can of 50. Bottle of OV. Well, whatever the hell I was drinking on here or drinking on the channel here 3 weeks ago, I haven't drank anything since.
Gap 2. Blanco.
I put a stop to my drinking.
0.8.
Pat, what are the big beers in Australia? There's a 2-letter one as well, isn't there? Like VIR or something, or
Okay, Colin. Don't be intimidated by this little shit. Make him work for it.
is it VB? Is it VB or something?
The leader has just done a 254.93.
Evan, you should be able to get through on the street pretty easily. Watching the sign.
Corona, Peroni, yeah, VB. Yeah, VB is the one I remember some Australian friends talking about.
That's your fastest lap.
Oh, it's down. It's not nice.
Yeah, Peroni's a nice beer. I do like Peroni for some light kind of beer. Especially out with a meal or something. Peroni's nice. But I'm normally drinking the, like, German wheat beers would be my kind of big thing, the Hefeweizen. I don't even know how to pronounce that, Pat. Portuguese beers in Europe are really nice too. They're really popular in England, actually. Sagres and Superbock. Superbock's great beer. Not so popular in Ireland, though.
Car right. Still there.
So he's going for the pass here.
He's still there. Clear right. Car right. Clear right. Have a look, Colin. Come on, don't let him get away.
That's alright, he's not going far.
You're reeling. Blanco in. The gap's now 0.36.
Oh no, John, we got Gunner behind us. .8 behind us. Got that corner wrong there. I sent Gunnar a message after the incident I caused the other day. I didn't get a reply back. Possibly didn't see it, but no reply back anyways. Oftentimes I do message people and I don't hear back from them for a month or so because they're not really looking for messages.
You need to push if we're going to hold this position. New fastest lap for Schultz, 2:53.83.
Let him go here a little bit. Sick of this guy. So, Asarhai? Asarhai. Yeah, okay.
Caution.
Thank you, sir.
Alright, so he really messed up that corner and gives us a chance to catch him. Asarhai, sounds cool. I'll have to get down to that area of the world someday. Down to Australia or South Asia. That part of the world seems like a lifetime away from North America, but from Europe there's just
He's leading the race.
so many people that visit South Asia and Australia. Doesn't seem like as big a deal. Okay, 5 of 8. Let's stick with this guy here and see if we can get our spot back. Australia or Edmonton? Well, you could drive to Edmonton. I've done Edmonton, that's off my list. I still remember my
The leader, Schultz.
my sister lived in Edmonton for a good few years, and she rang me up one day and said, look on the Weather Channel, we're the coldest place on the planet right now. And they were minus 52, and the North Pole was like minus 46 or something. And the South Pole was not minus 52. I can't remember what it was. And she was saying there was frost like around the outsides of her windows, like making its way into the house, like building up. That's scary cold. Like, I mean, I lived in Canada, but I didn't live in places that were like that.
Is now in the lead.
City of Champions, man. Yeah, my wife, it was like the beginning of the movie Cool Runnings. I brought her to Edmonton and we flew into Calgary Airport.
8th
We
place.
stepped off the plane and it was minus 22. She didn't know what to do. Alright, we got Simone all over us here now. I guess this track being so busy, it gets lonely out here, eh?
Car right. Still there. He's still there.
This is going to be death.
Still there.
Let's back off.
Clear right. Come on, don't let him get away.
Maybe we can use them to catch this other lad. Don't know if we'll be able to stick with Simone, but I'll try it. Oh, made a mistake there.
The gap ahead is now 1.1 seconds.
Don't want to lose any more places here if possible.
The leader has just done 254.17.
Okay, much better final section there, which I think was letting me down a lot this race. Yeah, he's gone. Well, he's 0.6. Getting him. Oh no, that's the guy behind me.
2 to go.
He's closing. I mean, there'd be some pretty good drivers here, so I don't want to try to drive out of my pace. Just do what I can do to minimize the overtakings on me.
The guy behind's catching. The gap's now 0.27.
And had a bad section there.
Come on, don't make it easy for him. Make him go the long way around. Clear right.
That whole section wrong. P9.
On your right. Still there. Right side's clear. Come on, Colin. Keep pushing. We might get him back.
Just getting outpaced here. Just keep thinking if I fight, then other cars that are getting outpaced, like Gunner, that are my pace behind me. I'll give them a chance to catch me. Let's do what we can to hold on to the spot now. I messed that up there.
Car left. Hold your line. Hold your line. He's still there. Clear left. P11. One more to go. Sector 1 is 1.6. Car left. Clear left.
Is that my old paint job there?
The track temperature is falling. It's
Yeah,
now
only so much I can do here.
Celsius.
I know I'm not at top split pace here either. Like, if it was full attendance tonight, I'll probably be well down the bottom of top split. Probably the first time in a long time, John, where I've just been outpaced out of the top 10, where I've just been outclassed rather than it being a mistake that I caused myself or somebody else crashing into me or something. Suppose we're not out of it yet. We got 1 second behind Kevin here.
That's a new fastest lap for Schultz, 252.94.
Yeah, position through practice, yeah. Oh, and I went down to first way too early there. Lucky I didn't blow my engine. Imagine. Sounded like it was close, didn't it? Kind of got that section wrong there again.
Stay between the lines, please, Colin.
Good race, everyone. Nice to finish it with no rear spoiler, but good race.
MX-5 blows easy, yeah. You can blow the Skippy though. I've seen it. Alright, we finished ahead of Gunner. That's always our goal, right?
P11, that's the end of the race. We'll get him next time.
Alright, so we're hanging with the big lads there for a little while. P11, probably not the... We were in P8 there at one point. Did get out kind of classed, I guess.
Where'd you finish, Colin?
P11, I believe, James.
This strength of field there, mate. I'd be quite happy with that.
Dai Dani, brucialo, brucialo.
Yep, definitely happy. All right, let's have a look at this first lap and see where the bullying took place.
Daniel, busca la VIR Cup Skip Barber. Es un campeonato que corremos aquí en Europa.
right, here we go. Ah, Flybride. Yeah, I saw Sammy in here. Ben is in here. I'm in here. You're in the shower as usual. Are you watching NASCAR as well? Me and Flyby are like operating on like different schedules. I watch his stream during my breakfast, and he watches my stream during his showers. Bring that music down slightly. There we go. Yeah, not too bad. We did okay there. Pretty much just got outclassed towards the end of the race. I think I was in a P8, probably by attrition, people getting knocked out of the race. But then some faster drivers just took over and were overtaking me. Nothing I could really do about it. I was just being outpaced on the track. Wasn't really worth fighting for the positions like to the death either, because they were. How long of a link cable is recommended by VIR? I guess it all depends on your distance or your needs, right? But I wouldn't go any longer than the one I wouldn't go any shorter than the one I'm using. So what is it? Did we say that was 16 foot, 5 meter? How many Game Boys? Oh man, I remember the Game Boy Link. Yeah. Yeah, 16 feet. Well, this guy, the number one car, almost went in the back of me a lot of times there. I think he was getting frustrated. I was just avoiding wrecks, like braking and avoiding wrecks. Yeah, man, the Game Boy Link. I remember that for the original Game Boy, showing my age there. I had a game for the original Game Boy called Dead Heat Scramble, and just by chance, and it was a game that nobody else had, and just by chance some guy in one class I was in school had it, and we were able to get the link together and do 2-player. It was awesome. So rare to get somebody else with a Game Boy and link them up for anything other than Tetris, I guess. Yeah, what a long lap, huh? Cool paint job in that car, isn't it? I like the little metallic-y reflective bits. Alright, so let's get out of here. Let's register up for the next race, and we'll do one more anyways. If I can find my mouse, there it is. Let's have a look at what damage that did to us on IR. Possibly didn't lose any, depending on what the overall strength of field was. A little bit shiny in the face with the Quest there. Okay, last session results. Should I drag it over to the screen for you guys? Event list, camera. Okay, down at the bottom. Yeah, we got a +5 out of that. Yeah, I guess it was a pretty strong strength of field, so, yeah, stronger anyways, 25, 45. Just to confirm, yeah, top split, out of 4 splits. Sure, I think the last week there was like 7 or 8, wasn't there? There was like a lot more splits than that. So we're seeing cars as low as 1775 in there. What's James at now? James is at 1911, so James Cockrum is moving up in the world, very similar to us in our I rating. We're at 1926. He's at 1911, so we'll be seeing more James anyways. He's progressing the same way. And then there's Ben Evans, just ran away with it. We saw him last, John, I think when we were racing Laguna Seika, that was my first win that week. I was having a tough week, and Ben was at the same IR as us that week. He did say in his channel that he got 1,000 IR, I think, one of the weeks racing in Zolder. Zolder's actually his favorite track. I was like, wow. Yeah, Zolder wasn't good to me. So I'll register up for the next race here. Should I go back through some of the comments? I actually don't know if it comes up on this screen now because I didn't have it on the multi-stream thing, so it probably doesn't. But yeah, great to have you here, Flybry. Anyways, oh, I see. It does all populate. It just populates a little late. Yeah, thanks, Mike. Yeah, glad you're on, man. Awesome to have you on. You're joining from YouTube, are you? So we got one person joining from YouTube. Pat's sitting on there on Facebook, and then we got John J. Johnington. Don't know if Flybry's still there. If he's bouncing between the channels on Twitch as well. So yeah, we're making use of this multi-stream in here, which is pretty cool. I don't know if I can get like a total number of viewers on the screen there somewhere. I guess it would be kind of cool, help people know what's going on. But at the moment it says there's 7 total viewers anyways. So some lurkers hanging around there as well. So hello to everybody. So let me get this registered for the next race, and then we can sit back for a second and take a bit of a breather. Yeah, it was great. Good result, I think. Still not making a show of myself in that top split anyway, so that's important. Definitely think I'd perform better in a different week. This track just seems to be really tough for me, which is funny because I did so well in VIR in the other layout. Just this particular layout, I just haven't put enough time into it, I think. It's really biting me because the track is so technical. So I think the better drivers and the ones that have put in more time are the ones that are going to be really successful. Unlike last week, where you can just draft your way back into position. Cool. So we're registered, and I just hit to join the race there. Get back out for some big game chat. I think I call this screen. Yeah. So there is the touch controller, anyways. It is quite a bit bigger than the, I don't have the other ones near me, but it is quite a bit bigger than the other ones, but very similar, just a lot more like it's circular, and it's kind of like a triangular, the other one, from the Quest 1. Yeah, I was actually quite happy with the Quest 1 controller, so it's not really a big issue for me on these ones. In the change, that wasn't a department I was looking for an uplift from, but if it has it, then sure. Why not, right? Yeah. So what do we think for this next race? Hopefully we'll be back in top split again, and maybe we can do a little bit more damage. Maybe I can jump into some practice and see if I can take some of these corners a little bit harder. I said I didn't really care for Google Earth VR. No, Google Earth VR is one of the most incredible experiences there is in VR. You need to be connected to the PC for that one, though. But Google Earth VR is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Yeah, I think it may be the best or one of the best experiences you can have in VR. It's just incredible. Yeah, definitely worth a look. You do need to be connected to the PC for that, though. So let's have a look here. We got just over 10 minutes. Maybe we'll just sit back for a minute or two and just take it easy. Oh, and we can see Paul is on the track here. Sorry there for your ears, folks. Howdy, Paul. See Paul out on the track there. Scary Moves, aka Scary Moves.
Hey, Colin. How are you doing?
Good. And yourself? Let's see.
Yeah, I just put on my helmet and I hear only Paul. So I thought, hey, that's you. I saw the message from the name.
Very nice. All right, so yeah, a lot of familiar names.
I have 3 awful races, and the last one was terrible. I was starting second, but I had a push from somebody in the first lap. He wants to restore his first place, and then I was back.
All right, hopefully you can make up for it in this one. All right, that's cool. Get a bit of Paul there.
Yeah, I hope so. Yesterday I had 3 wonderful races. One second place, and 2 third places. But I have to restore it a little bit.
Very good. Yeah. Well, best of luck. So
Yeah, for you the same. I saw your results from the previous race. You finished at 11th, I think. But you gained points. That was the most important thing.
that's it. Yeah, 11th. But yeah, the high strength field gave me a few points there.
Win it or bin it at all time.
If I had the pace to win, I'd do it.
Pit lane speed limit is 72 kilometers per hour.
That's Ben chiming in there.
Exit's clear. Stay behind the white line.
So you're still searching for a cable, John. You know, you can use the cable that came with it. It's very short, but if you put your head beside your computer... Oh, you still need an adapter though, right? I suppose. Well, I'm probably not in the right view here, am I? Let's pull this car off the track, get ourselves in the right view. Okay, there we go. Yes, thank you for the switching screens advice there. You can use a USB-C 2.0 though. It just won't be as good. But you can do it, and you can test it. All right, here we go. Yeah, a USB-C kind of like 3.0 cable. That's the kind of thing you'd walk into like Best Buy and they try and charge you like $100 for, you know. But you could go onto Amazon and get one for like 12 quid. You know, like it's probably the same with like HDMIs. You'd be like, oh, we got this gold-plated, diamond-studded HDMI here for $120. I love the idea of those like MagSafe adapters as well, but apparently they don't work very well. There's no kind of like high-speed gold-plated cables for digital signals. Yeah. Conductivity is like, you know, the least of their problems. Like, it's really just about bandwidth and frequency, right? Like. The only thing I can say about the cable that I have that I don't like is the one that I got is kind of like, it's like a sticky, rubbery feeling. Not like, I don't know how to explain it. If you have ever, oh, sorry, hitting this microphone here. If you've ever pulled cables in your life, like pulled cables, like installed cables, if you get like a cable jacket that's kind of like sticky, like you try to pull it and it sticks against other cables. It won't pull smoothly. It's like a soft rubber, I guess, too soft almost. That's what this cable is like, this one coming out of the Quest. I kind of don't like the feel of it, but it really doesn't matter. Like, once it's on your head, it really doesn't matter. That would be my only, like,
Me too.
gripe against it, I guess. Oh, thanks, Pat. Have a good day. Pat's just starting his day there, down under. Audio files are the worst files. Yeah. Okay. We'll go with that. I think John's drinking, folks. So we're in P4 with our 348. Could be braking a lot later into that there than really taking it easy. Have you opened the box yet, John? You still just looking at the box there? Oh.
New fastest lap for Parker, 2:59.08.
Look up the Anchor one. You might actually find, I don't know if you'll find the link still on the Oculus website, but on the Oculus website, they had the link to the Anchor one on Amazon. But maybe when they released their own cable, they got rid of it. But even in Amazon, if you type in like Oculus Quest A to C USB, you'll get like a ton of results.
That puts you 0.41 off the pace.
You found cables, you just want to find the right one, is it? It's hard to know on Amazon, yeah, because there's lots of like opportunity to buy crap as well, isn't there? Name brands you've never heard of.
Fastest lap for Evans, 2:55.64.
Man, 2:55. We're way off that pace.
Sector 1 time is good.
Fair play.
Watch the
Ben.
track limits, please, Colin.
Amazon's the worst. Yeah, we kind of have the opportunity here of using the American Amazon or the UK Amazon. And the UK Amazon seems to be better. Like, it doesn't have as many options, but the options seem to be more legitimate. Saying that, I've never actually bought something from Amazon that turned out to be really bad, or not what it said it was supposed to be. I'm sure it does happen. Just hasn't happened to me yet. Did I send you the link to mine? It was probably on the UK one though, so I don't know if they have the equivalent one.
Okay, are you gonna win? Acting for picking up. I'm actually not sure I'm still gonna have to be driving at the moment.
And I would suggest, John, if you do find one that you like, buy 2 of them, because like what happened to my original Anchor one, it did get damaged. That you have another one. That you have another one in backup.
Yeah, the thing is, learning a language you're living somewhere versus trying to learn a language sort of academically are totally different things.
Okay, we're about to get kicked out of here for a race session.
Track limits, this lap will be deleted.
Okay. $40 for a 16-footer. Yeah, it sounds about right.
Music and mainstream and racing at the same time.
Okay, here we go. Loading into our race session. Come back on camera here. So looking forward to this one. Sure, we got a few people sticking around. Don't know, Mike Moose, are you still hanging on for this one? We'll do one more race here tonight and see where we get on. I assume we're going into top split, but I'm not sure. Sure we can see it loading up down there at the bottom anyways, but yeah, we'll have to see where we end up here, see where we're going. Sorry, looking back, Mike just picked up 30 Bush. Ah, nice. That's classic Mike now, drinking Bush. They don't sell Bush over here, as far as I've seen anyways. I haven't seen it. But yeah, I'm kind of more drinking those German wheat beers when I do drink. But yeah, haven't had any in a few weeks now. After those IPAs that I had on the stream here, was it 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago? Man, they were like, I only had 4 of them and I was in bits the next day. Like, couldn't stay. I had like 3 naps. Which is not a good thing when you have kids to be looking after. You know, my wife wasn't too happy with me. I was like, I swear I only drank 4 beers. But yeah, I guess sometimes it just hits you hard, right? Maybe I'm just a lightweight in lockdown here. Maybe that's a good name for a band there, John. Lightweights in lockdown.
Checkered flags out, P3.
And it looks like we're going to be headed to status 5 or level 5 or whatever here in Ireland. Not quite full lockdown, but pretty close. Kids are still going to be allowed to go to school. That's one thing they want to keep open, but pretty much everything else is going to be taken away from us.
Hello.
Okay, so there's only 30 seconds left, so we'll just hang on here. Listen to a little bit of Paris Heller. Don't know what the name of this tune actually is. It's called Freelancer. Purchased a cable? Nice. Express delivery. But yeah, you can use the one you have. If you have a USB-C on your machine itself, you can use the one that came with it. But yeah, if it's good when you have it, I'd recommend getting a second one, because if and when it ever does break, you can just swap it over for the next one. You know, that's what I would recommend. Okay, qualifying is ready. Let's get into our full screen mode here. Oh man, I had a look at oh, and I'm I'm car number 5 here, so I'd safely say we're dropped back down to second split here. Yeah, we're down in second split. It looks like. Very nice. So maybe we'll have some better pace. Might be a little more entertaining.
Pit lane speed limit is 72 kilometers per hour. Track's clear. Push, push, push. All right, Colin, we've got 2 laps to get the job done, mate. The track temperature is falling. It's now 37 Celsius.
Yeah, I had a look at Greg Moore's accident there, John, after you were obsessively talking about it in the last stream. Holy Jesus, that one is bad. I don't remember ever seeing that. I don't know why or how. I assumed it was, maybe I was thinking of somebody else's accident, but I thought his was an oval. But man, what a bad accident. Horrific. Yeah. And then they were showing like the story that day because he was like driving a motor scooter like in the pits, and somebody hit them with their car and kind of like damaged his hand or something that day, and he was being interviewed about it, and he was like, yeah, well, whatever, you know, I'll be fine. And then that happened during the race. Yeah, for sure. I mean, the car basically flipped over as it was going in. Like, his body was the first thing to make contact, it looked like. Probably if you were going to go, that would be the way. Go in a car anyways, right? Yeah, I did, and I know what you're talking about there. Yeah, you can see him. Man, what a bad one. Yeah, that's right. Energy with nowhere to go. I told Ben in his stream there this week that I got into the top split last weekend and I was coming to get him. I think after seeing how far I placed behind him there in that last race, I got a bit of work to do. That guy's just winning top split races like it's nobody's business. I think I'm going to go into first on that corner for the first couple laps. Yeah, just need to get in drafting distance. Although this track has a way of punishing you in so many different ways. If you're not technically driving it, I don't think drafting's not going to keep you up with them. Even though there's a couple long straights, like this section is not a straight, but it's a flat out section, I suppose. There's so many really technical corners. There's so many places to lose time to somebody who's better at this game than me. Unlike Watkins Glen, that was the absolute opposite. Yeah, too many S's. Not a drafting track. I suppose it would be if this was the full track, right, where you just go straight through here and cut out this whole double S kind of business down here. You'd probably get good drafting up here, I suppose. Yeah, Glennis like training wheels. And we used it like that. Got us to where we needed to be, right? So, but hey, that's what I guess an entire season of driving a race car is like, right? You get tracks that favor weaker drivers and tracks that favor better drivers, I guess. So you have to be good enough to overcome that. Mistake there, but seemed to get away with it.
V10. The lap time was at 2:59.41.
Making up lots of time here. Got plenty of places to improve over last lap.
That's the end of the session. V11.
Didn't get into the session early enough when it happened. Okay. P11 then. Let's have a look. Do we have Paul in our group here? I guess not. I don't know if Paul entered a race or not. Maybe he's practicing, or maybe he's further down the splits. Okay, and Sammy's in this split as well. Sammy... Can you even get 2 laps in? Yeah, I think I got 2 laps in last time, John. I think it's 3, right? So 3, 6. Oh, maybe not. Maybe you can't. Because it'll take you 3 minutes to get around the first one, and then you're almost 3 the second, and then maybe just. Maybe just. Okay, so in front of us we got Michael, behind us we got Peter. 56 seconds till the race begins.
Good luck.
Best of luck.
Hey, Matt, how you doing, dude?
Not a lot of fuel burn happening on the line here. I am in the right view there, right? Oh, none of my overlays are up there. Sorry, folks.
I'm just gonna hang at the back. You know,
Don't have time to sort that out now. I should have checked that out.
The rating.
I'll try to up-to-date you on position and stuff
The track
best I
temp
can.
is 37 Celsius, 8 laps. Okay, Colin, stay calm, focus. Green, green, green.
Okay, somebody failed to start there.
Left side. Hold your line.
Oh, that guy ran me off the road.
Clear left.
Look, if I didn't move off the road there, he was hitting me.
Car left.
I didn't want to downshift there. I thought I was going to slide.
On your left. He's still there. Clear left.
That corner's dangerous. I almost got caught being lackadaisical there. Yep, still in it. Alright, Flybriar, you're back. Whoa, 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 whoa. See that slide? That was me almost gone. Oh, there's somebody gone.
Car right.
Oh man, I had such a good run. Couldn't get on the inside though.
I was coming.
Says I must have made contact. Didn't seem like it though. Watch out for this re-entry here.
Had to back up.
Woo.
So you're welcome.
I got you in spirits. Oh, somebody gone. Don't roll back into
Car
me.
left.
I almost got rear-ended. Slowing down to avoid that.
Sorry, Colin, that was very cheeky.
It's alright, it's a race. I'm just happy I didn't crash.
Fair enough.
Okay, decent section there.
It did feel like a bit of a cheat over there, though.
Yeah, you gotta take them when they're there.
10th position. Clear right. Car right. Right side's clear. Car right. Clear right. Right
Oh,
side.
and I just avoided
Clear
in there.
right.
Now I'm getting annoyed.
Okay, Colin. The next car
Oh.
is Higgs.
Just had a car
Yellow
disappear
flag.
there.
Watch out.
Two cars gone off there. At least I kept myself in the race. That could have been really bad.
What the hell is happening? Cars everywhere.
Man, that was close. What lap is this, too? Let's make note of that. Have a look at it after the race.
Brooks, wait up, wait up. On the straight, you can go. Not yet, buddy, not yet. Just wait for the straight. Nope, apparently right now. Yeah, this very second, like right now.
Avoiding debris. Yeah, hanging in here. I think it's getting messier.
Over the past city, let you pop on the straight. Clean, clear, everything else.
Left side. Clear left.
Okay, there's one of them gone.
Yeah, let's all just sit and start over. I'm down.
Wow, man. I need to get
I'm
around
not
these
keen, but
guys.
I'm looking for everything, so it's what it counts.
Yeah, this is a dangerous pod. No need to be in it. It's not pod racing. And I'm faster than them, so I keep catching up, and or at least I'm drafting. Or oh, and this guy keeps disappearing. Oh man, that makes it even worse. We got a jumper. The nose itching accessibility on the Quest 2 is okay.
The leader has just done a
Just had an itchy nose there and was able to scratch it. These hookies suck. Ah! Sorry, hit the mic there. Sorry for your ears there, folks.
P9.
Somehow I lost the... Oh, maybe I didn't lose speed. That guy's just disappearing. Oh man, do not overtake there. What is he thinking?
Right, the guy ahead of us is Otto. Left side. Hold your line. Clear
Oh
left.
man, he just slammed on his brakes.
Brooks, I'm gonna... Gone too. Or corn back.
That wasn't Matt, was it? He obviously slammed on his brakes to avoid the guy in his outside, but there's nothing I could do. I was braking at a regular pace. We were all going into the corner at a predictable pace, and then he just like really jammed it on there, and I just went into the back of him. There's no way I could have done anything.
P8, that's your fastest lap today. Car left. Still there.
Sorry.
Clear left. On your right.
Did a crossover on me.
Still there. Still there. Clear right.
Oh man, my car is toast here as well. Oh no. Oh, one little mistake, huh? So let's go back and have a look, will we? So this one here, obviously I got a little bit on the outside. And he came through like it wasn't happening. So this one here. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to tell. Like, I was there, we were braking at a steady pace, and then he really slammed it on there. This is him saying, do you think maybe I'd slow down for you to go by me? He's angry anyways. I assume this is him here, is it? Yeah. How do you reply? How do you reply? I don't actually know how to reply to it privately, John. How do you do that? Yeah. Type T. Yeah, don't actually know how to do it private. You just do an @ logo, is it? Oh, you can change chat channels, like... Oh, I see, yeah. Okay, we won't worry about it. We got 30 seconds left here. I don't know, look, it's part of racing, isn't it? It's all part of it. Yeah. Yeah, I remember that, yeah. I'm not really down with the whole like chat and how it works. Okay, P17.
All clear. Push now. Okay, Colin. Come on. Stay focused. Apexes and exits. Apexes and exits. P17. We're halfway home. We're okay on fuel. You need to push if we're going to hold this position.
Yeah, it was a punt anyways. Sending it. Alright, so it looks like so far on this track, having had one disastrous race, and then the elite strap, yeah, I think it's pretty important. You may like the original one. For me, though, it'll be kind of like the elite strap is just part of it, you know?
The gap in front has increased. It's now about 10 seconds.
The other strap is really meant for like portability. I think the elite strap be pretty important for comfort for long periods of time. Ooh, that was was close. Man, my car feels like the tires are like super cold again. Which is not really supposed to be the case, is it? Maybe I'm just out of the groove here now. Oh, I guess just running through the motions till the end of this race here. Unfortunately.
Good, we go. I'm going to be a good race. I was shocked.
So I almost did it again there. Kind of went off onto the curb. I guess that'll have to be the new spot. I have to check myself up on this track. I guess we're dropping some IR here again. That's it, goes up and down. Just hasn't been great racing on this track. I guess things just spread out, eh? Hasn't been super entertaining tonight anyways. Take a look at that incident again from inside the cockpits. I'll have a look, make sure I save the replay.
It's now 12 seconds.
Just ordered the Elite strap. Yeah, nice. Nice. Yeah, the Elite strap is nice. The dial at the back to kind of tighten it. It kind of cups your skull at the back as well. So far it's been pretty comfortable.
That's your best in the session.
The only thing I think could be improved is the face padding, and I think that's just from owning the aftermarket padding on the first Quest. That's what I'm used to now. So I'll definitely get something like that for this one as well. Yeah, cup skull is nice. Reminds me of that, what's that band, Moist? Do you remember that video, the music video for Silver? He's like sitting there like cupping the back of this girl's head as the camera spins around. While she's smoking a cigarette or something. He's like singing right in her face. That's it, we are silver. That's what I think of when I think of cupped heads.
The leader's just done it. 256.00.
We've come back to moist, John. We started with moist tonight with your dry family. And we've come back to moist again. Were they very Vancouver band, were they? Ah, I got this all wrong.
Okay, Colin, you just cut the track.
Man, yeah, I've just totally lost it here. So at least the track's big enough that we're not going to get lapped anyways.
16th place. One more lap to go.
Or not again anyways. I don't know if we were lapped when we were in the pits. Were we? Probably.
Ah. Nice one, Gunner. Good racing.
That's good.
Almost had you.
Alright, here's the finish line. Nice, up to date for VIR 2020. Very good. Got you sorted.
V16, okay, it's over.
Alright, yeah, it's certainly over, isn't it? We'll go back and have a look at that incident anyhow, and see. Sorry. Weren't we also saying there was something at lap 2, wasn't it? Yeah, that. Forgotten about that, avoiding things like this. Whoa. You got a subwoofer. So here's Brooks. And where did this incident happen? I'm sure we'll find it soon enough here. What, this guy was blaming me for slowing down? Let's have a look in cockpits here. See, because it felt like he really jammed on the brakes hard, like he was avoiding, and I just kind of couldn't avoid. Yeah, he really hit the brakes super hard there. So I mean, what do you expect, right? Like, I mean, he's trying to avoid, obviously, and it's I suppose it's my responsibility to avoid from behind. So I will take responsibility for that. But if somebody's being a dick about it, like, you can see he's braking, and then he just right there goes really slow, like almost comes to a stop. Almost like he was brake checking me or something. The guy behind me. What, this guy? Oh no, he was saying he was cheeky because of there was an incident where he overtook me because I avoided a big wreck. So he overtook me through it, like took advantage of it, and yeah, he was just saying sorry about that. That was a bit of a cheeky pass. I feel bad, and that's what I was saying to him. No, it's racing. You know, you take advantage when you can. You know, so yeah, that was the whole deal there because I avoided him as well, right? Like like you were saying, he was busy on the comms. He was actually like not being nasty or anything like that, but this fellow was being a bit crap. So how did that work out for you? So after the accident, he was watching us. So Brooks Bohon, we'll just keep we'll just take that number, right? Can't understand the accents. Yeah, I'd say that's definitely a thing. When you live in this part of the world, you really get used to all the different accents, obviously with a lot of different cultures and countries really nearby. When you're in the middle of North America, everyone sounds the same, right? Country or city, that's what you got. No, it wasn't Matt. It was that it was the guy that I actually hit. But I thought I heard Matt saying something about reporting something. I think he was beside the guy. So I suppose I could watch back the replay and listen back to the comms and see what the deal is. But yeah, it's ridiculous. Anyways, I could send the guy a message, but I mean the guy was being a real dick. Anyways, like it's probably part of the thing where I would send a message and apologize. But I mean, you're not going to apologize to somebody who's being crap to you, right? I would see it as it's pretty much always your fault if you're the car behind, but it did seem like he jammed on, like I was in behind him and we were going at a speed and then he kind of went too slow really fast. I could see that he was avoiding it, but I mean that's just what happens in racing, right? It's just a racing incident. When it happens to me, I just go, oh well, you know, and then I just get on with it and try and do better in the next race. I don't start spouting abuse at other people, right? But sure, that's what this individual chooses to do, so yeah, we'll just have to deal with it. That's the fun about iRacing, right? We're racing against real people, and they have real emotions, and things happen out on the track, you know. So, yeah, when you hit the brakes, you also brace for a hit. Yeah. So, I mean, you could clearly tell. So I wouldn't feel like I'm in trouble there. I certainly didn't single him out. I certainly didn't try to punt anybody. I'm not out there to hit anybody. I'm out there to race clean and do well. Even if it was a situation where I didn't feel like he made a mistake and it was all my mistake, it still has to be okay, right? It still has to be a racing incident. It still has to be everybody just having a good time and enjoying the racing. But yeah, I mean, you get frustrated sometimes, and you know, last thing you want to do is start shouting abuse. Yeah, Quest 2 was really good tonight. You know, I really got into it there, and I wasn't really noticing too much difference in like fit and feel and comfort and all that. So that's a good sign. It just kind of felt normal after a while. And yeah, definitely the clarity is much better, especially for the stream here, being able to read the text in the box above me. I could probably make it even smaller now, which is a big advantage. The text is much clearer. I can see people's names and I can see people's comments, which is a big thing for me. So I assume that it will help, you know, even if you did a comparison where you're going from one headset to the next and you were trying to like see a corner or see a number on a board from a distance. I remember I was watching a video where they were comparing older headsets to newer headsets, and like you could like, you know, you could go back to the 300 meter marker and you could see the apex, you know, whereas on the older headset you couldn't see it until after the 100 board. You know, so there's definite advantages in improving your racing and just, you know, immersion and enjoyment as well. So yeah, so things good. Yeah, definitely feels good. Yeah, and I definitely recommend this Elite strap. Seems to be pretty good, and it's a good way of tying the cable as well. So I just have a Velcro strap further back, so the cable comes out 90 degrees and it comes along, and I just have a Velcro strap there holding it. I put it over the back of my shoulder just so I don't notice it while I'm driving, and the headset one comes out the front just to keep them from tangling. Yeah, it's like you're in a bottle. yeah, and that blurriness is definitely a known thing now that the newer headsets are out. People like view the CV1 as blurry, you know. So yeah, so I think you're in for a big treat when you get going on there. Even just boot it up and get into the main menu and try out a demo, or even just mess around in the main menu and just read the text, browse the internet, download a YouTube video or something, and and just enjoy the clarity and enjoy the headset. You know, there's lots of things to do even aside from gaming. You can consume all kinds of media content and stuff on them. Put the rubber pants back on and get back into the racing simulator. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. You'll be moist then with the rubber pants on, I tell you. The family trait of dryness doesn't help you there. Simulatrix, yeah. Cool. Okay, so that's it for me. I have been your star in VR, the growing concern, Colin Byrne. I suppose, actually, do you know what? Before I go, it's just about to wrap up. Let's have a look at the damage that did to our iRating, which is going to be very, very significant. But we might as well look. No use in looking only when it goes right. And yeah, minus 76. So we're down to an 1850, it appears. So yeah, we've done a bit of damage, but sure, we're still above 1800, and I think our last goal was to be above 1700 or something, wasn't it? So yeah, we started the night at 1890 tonight, and then we went up twice, and we lost badly once. So yeah, so a 30 IR hit overall tonight. Yeah, that last one was bad. Minus 76 is that's a big loss. And it was the same for Yan behind us, and Brooks up ahead of us. He's 15, so he was minus 53, so he lost a lot less because of his IR is quite a bit lower. Yeah, so sure, what can we do? We'll fight another day, and we'll come back tomorrow night, and we'll get it going again. So probably about same time, 9 o'clock Irish Standard Time, and we'll see. We'll do 3 or 4 races tomorrow night. It may just be the 3. I'm up with the kids in the morning on Sunday morning as well as tomorrow morning. So yeah, Quest 2 costs as much as the CV1 controllers did. Yeah, unreal, isn't it? How much the prices come down in this Quest. They're definitely taking out a loss. And even after playing all that time here, I'm just feeling it. It feels maybe slightly warm on the top, and it's ice cold on the front. So whatever cooling, I think there is meant to be a fan inside it. Whatever cooling is doing a really good job. It actually feels warm around this light, so I wonder if the light is actually what's causing the warmth. But yeah, I think this thing is just cruising along. No issues there. Not that the Quest 1 was super hot or anything, but it would, there'd be a bit of heat on it. But yeah, it feels pretty ice cold, and that was pretty much 3 hours solid operation there. So yeah, very, very good. All right, awesome. So I have been your star in VR, the growing concern, Colin Byrne. And until next time, tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Irish Standard Time, we'll catch you then for more box room racing, skippies at VIR. Bye for now.